Debbie asks, have you worked and trained with little mini horses? Yes, there's such a mini horses. It's very difficult to train them for riding unless you have a very small person or a good kid, but you can't train them as an adult for riding. That's you're kind of mean about it, I suppose. And but groundwork can all be done no different than the bigger horses. These little mini horses can learn it just the same. And when you're teaching them, just because they're small doesn't mean you should give them a break per se. Like there's a lot of mini horses get treated like they're cute, they're adorable little creatures, and they get away with all kinds of stuff. And so they'll be quite spoiled. And spoiled meaning that even though they're small, they still weigh a few hundred pounds. Some a little more, some a little less, kind of thing. And if they step on you or try to run you over or bite you, they're actually very good biters. It can really hurt, so people will get out of the way. And when you train them, I believe you have to be just as firm as you need to be to the biggest horse out there. That might really scare you. Little horses aren't as scary. They're not scary at all, actually. To me, I think that there's an inherent worry that they'll step on you and hurt your foot or try to bite, and that always hurts, especially if they got sharp little teeth. They're not necessarily mean, they're just treating you like you're under them. So being a herd animal, they will naturally just try to herd you around, and usually they get away with it. That's the problem. Usually they get away with it. Hey man, I thought I'd come into your shady spot. Lena's standing in the sun. Make a little space for me. So we're back to Macaroni because he's smart, stands in the shade. That's what quarter horses do smart things. Just kidding. So mini horses, I don't believe that you train them any different than a big horse that can really squish you. You just have to make sure that they understand that their feet need to move around and not yours. Horses get to a place where they're deemed as mean because they just don't understand, and they're still working and trying to figure out their position herd with you, because some people are inconsistent, so it's very frustrating. And they get much more at peace when they know exactly where they stand. So big horse, little horse, doesn't matter. If they know where they stand, they'll be truly at peace. If they have to stand above you, they'll be a little more worried because they feel like they've got to take care of themselves. If they stand below you, then they'll be a little less worried because they'll figure that you're the one who will keep guard a little bit more. At least that's the opinion that's out there. I believe it. That's why I say it, because I believe it. So, just like this guy here. If I were just to hang around with him like this, it wouldn't be long before he just dozed off, because he'd probably figure that I'd keep an eye on things. And you'll even find he did it a little earlier. I was just standing here. He'll put his mouth on my arm, or his whiskers, which is another reason why you shouldn't cut whiskers off of horses' mouths and nose and stuff, because they use them to just touch a little. But their whiskers, they can be about that long, which is pretty long, and so they might not have to put their body on you. They'll just, and you can even get close to them where you're just barely touching their. There, you see, he came in. Yeah, let's see if I can point that down a bit. See, he met me halfway, and now he says, well, then he's back. Now he's looking at Zeus, because Zeus is cracking twigs. But if I go to him and I touch his whiskers, there's a good chance, oh, he's got an itch. There, he'll sort of meet me halfway there, and then just peacefully hang out. So